What is a champion? A miserable pile of pixels.
Hi there summoners and welcome to the top 10 champions for November 2014. This time I almost did a complete overhaul with the picks, as there are plenty of new incoming champions and also a couple ones you may expect. This is Hepodix and hope you enjoy. Jarvan is a jungler that has been quite popular recently and that totally reflects to his viability for the moment. Jarvan isn't affected by the recent patch notes and his jungling is very solid, combined with awesome crowd control burst including Demacian standard plus Dragon Strike combo and Cataclysm that are just amazing. Jarvan's passive Martial cadence also helps out with the kills, and Golden Aegis combines the whole kit with its nice sustain point added to the mix. Nami is one of the supports that I've been mentioning as a sidekick pick, but it's time I'm taking a different approach here, so excuse me Morgana, Braum and Thresh. As Nami isn't the most popular support to choose from, her capabilities to success the role is something truly excellent anyhow. Her offensive abilities consist Aqua Prison, that is a bit hard to aim due to its delay, but is great CC. Also her ultimate tidal wave summons a massive wave that knocks up and slows enemies, which is also a very useful spell when timing is right. Ebb and Flow heals for your ally champion and even harms the enemy if they're close, plus Tide Color's Blessing gives your AD carry sweet boost, as their next 3 auto attacks will deal extra magic damage and slow as well. That is truly sweet combination indeed, as I almost forgot to mention the passive Surging Tides that grants your allies a small movement speed boost when they're hit by Nami's any ability, which is a nice little addition to her kit overall. Ahri is a newcomer to the middle lane section, as she is one of the hot picks for now, and I can't disagree when talking about the power she has. Ahri's laning phase comes out really solid, as you'll poke out a ton of damage with Orb of Deception and Foxfire, plus Charm lets you CC them for brief duration. Her passive Essence Theft lets you heal upon reaching 9 stacks from your abilities, and Spirit Rush gives an excellent mobility tool that lets you dash back and forth, and it also helps you to chain your other abilities together, which all together makes a quite amazing champion to go with. Rumble is one of those picks that I personally never thought that would end up being in this list, but geez, I was totally blown away by the top lane benefit he brings to the table, as there are no recent patch note changes to Rumble that even raises more questions why he is so strong at the moment, but judging how other bruisers like Rice got some nerf to his overload, it's understandable that more underrated picks are getting back to the game, and that's the case for Rumble. His burst output that comes from Flame Spitter, Electro Harpoon and the Equalizer are good AoE based abilities together, as his best potential usually comes within the team fights. Scrap Shield gives Rumble a nice shield, plus movement speed boost, and the passive Junkyard Titan regulates how often you will be spamming those heat cost abilities, as upon overloading you'll be silenced, but you'll deal extra damage with auto attacks, which all combines unique sort of experience for the top lane. This little yordle called Tristana is still one supreme AD carry to go with, as the great potential is still within for her. The patch 4.19 didn't offer any nerfs for her, but one patch earlier, 4.18, had a general attack speed per level nerf, and rapid fire only lasts 5 seconds now, but has higher values in the later ranks. It might sound small nerf overall, but in my opinion Tristana just requires better timing when activating rapid fire, and she's quite likely the same thing as before. Who knows how the future patches will affect to her, but for now, Tristana is amazing AD carry to carry out your games for now. Lee Sin is the blind monk for the jungle, as apparently he cannot get away from the spotlight, because due to his blindness he can't find the way out. Despite his eyes, this monk hasn't suffered any recent nerfs on Riot, and therefore he remains as one of the strongest ones for the jungle, as you'll have endless amounts of variations how you can execute combos with him, which makes him very interesting champion and offers unique sweet mechanics altogether. I also think V and Kha'Zix are great picks for the jungle, but not as effective as the ones mentioned. Jax is the dodge master for top lane, as I think he doesn't get enough attention in comparison to other top lane selections available. Jax is still able to burst out champions rather easily, as the highlight comes from Counter-Strike that lets you dodge completely all upcoming auto attacks for short duration. His other abilities also gives you a mix of sustain and power combined, and there are no patch notes affecting Jax either, so he comes up extremely viable for the time being. Other good top lane selections will be Nidalee, Irelia and Ryze, even despite the overload nerf. Janna has become one popular and amazing support within the past couple months, as like with Nami, you don't wanna underestimate this one either. Janna offers a good mix of sustain warranties and offensive tools to play with, as the passive Tailwind grants your allies passively extra movement speed, Eye of the Storm gives shield and bonus attack damage that even scales from ability power, plus Monsoon can be very game breaking with its knockback plus channeling heal function combined. Offensive side contains Howling Gale that got recent bug fix and is also good knock-air CC, plus Zephyr damages and slows single enemy target but got cooldown increase in the latest patch 4.19. Despite the small nerfs, Janna is currently one of the strongest supports around, as I still think Morgana, Braum and Thresh are very superior picks to go with too. Zed is the deadly assassin for the middle lane and overcomes Yasuo for now, because of the nerfs he has got in the past, like this one from patch 4.18, where he gets less base health and movement speed. Zed's kit all combined is just very tricky but rewarding experience, as you can travel various distances with Living Shadow and Death Mark, plus deal out some good damage with Razor Shuriken and Shadow Slash. Also, the passive Contempt for the Weak helps you to burst out the enemy, as you deal bonus magic damage when the enemy hits below 50% mark. As there are no patch notes hurting Zed either, I can conclude that he is quite the catch when executed correctly, and other good picks for the mid lane would be Fizz, Syndra, Vexor and even gotta mention Yasuo again, despite the nerfs he had. Jinx is the AD carry I almost ended up forgetting totally, as I am surprised how come there are no recent nerfs for her. Jinx's damage and potential as a carry is almost broken, as you deal ton of damage with Zap and Super Mega Death Rocket, which are amazing, plus Flame Chompers lets you root up to 3 enemies for a brief time. Even though Jinx doesn't have built-in escape ability like Rocket Jump or Arcane Shift, the passive Get Excited compensates well, as you gain tremendous movement speed upon kills, assists, turret and inhibitor takedowns. I also really like the switcheroo, as you'll be forced to swap between the lower range attack speed mode or high range AoE attack mode that drains some mana, but is extremely useful especially in later stages of the game, as upon stacking critical strikes chance, the AoE rockets will all crit simultaneously. So as I think Jinx is the best pick for Summoner's Rift for now, I can also notice that Vayne and Graves are good picks to roll with, and Lucian too, but he got plenty of nerfs in the last 2 patches, so he's not as viable as he used to be. Okay, so that sums up the top 10 champions for November 2014, hope you enjoyed. Please rate and let me know what are your opinions in the comments below. And also subscribe if you haven't yet for my new weekly gaming videos to come. That's it for this time, my name is Hepodix and have a nice day.